Hello everybody, this is Roger from Roger's Reviews, and we're just testing out this new little lighting system. I know it's kind of dark, but we're going to see how it comes out. I just wanted to describe the channel because I never actually introduced myself or what the channel was about, so I'm just going to give you a brief idea of what the channel is about. I started the channel about 7 years ago, and basically it was just informative. One of the first videos I did was how to choose a tree service and what to look for, and if you're getting a stump ground, like what's the average cost, how to figure out what to pay for stump grinding. And that was 6 or 7 years ago, and basically that's before I knew what YouTube was all about. I just basically put my first couple videos up and then didn't really do much for a long time. And then periodically I would make a video here or there. And when I first started making videos after that, it was mostly just customer testimonials from the tree service, and wasn't much more than that. About 6 months ago, I really started to do a lot more videos, and most of these videos were from just product reviews, things I bought in the past and in the present, and then I started doing things that I might buy in the future. So, but thing is, the name of my channel is just my name. It's Roger Waldman, and I'm in Orange Park, Florida, which is basically Jacksonville, Florida. About seven years ago, we started another tree service. I started AAATreeandstump.com almost 20 years ago, going on 20 years, and then about 7 years ago, we started Tree Life 584 Tree. So we currently still have both those companies, and most of our business is through Tree Life 1, but we still get some calls from old customers from AAATreeandstump.com. The reason that I was making the channel in the beginning was just basically to give information and just to start out and explain how to choose a tree service, and basically how to, if someone needed some tree work done, make them more familiar with the pricing aspect of it. And then as things went on, now the channel is more about, basically I started it to help me, because I do a lot of networking and I do a lot of network meetings. And the first couple years I had someone go to the meetings for me, and now over the last year or so, I've been having to go to them personally, and I have a little more free time. I have some pretty good employees that can run the show by themselves, and I get to go to all the network meetings. And you have to stand up and give your spiel about your business, and sometimes you have to stand up for 4 or 5 minutes and give an outline of exactly what you do and what sets your company apart. So this is helping me to do that. Okay. A couple of the people that I watch on YouTube are Casey Neistat. He kind of inspired me. I watched his kind of like how he began, and watched him for about a year or two. That's kind of what inspired me to start my YouTube channel. And I also watch Zach and Jesse on their channel, and they talk a lot about Tesla, and it's like Now You Know. I've been watching them for over a year, and they also inspired me because I bought a Nissan Leaf about 3 years ago because I couldn't afford a Tesla, and I also wanted the truck, so that's why I bought the Nissan Leaf, because I figured I could drive that for a few years until they came out with the truck. And they just came out with the they're going to be coming out with the truck next year, so I've got myself I ordered the four-wheel drive 2-motor because we pull a lot of heavy weight. I'd like to have the triple motor, but haven't been able to change that order yet. Hope to be changing it soon. And also, too, I think I'd rather invest in stock than have a more expensive truck, so be able to retire earlier. Let's see. So basically, the channel is going to be about the tree service. It's going to be about products, and then of course it's going to be a little bit diversified. It's going to be about the products that I like and the things I like to do, which is going to be a little bit centered around Tesla, maybe this how the Tesla stock market's doing, how the solar panels and renewable energy, because that's kind of what I'm into. And I know it's kind of opposite owning a tree service and then having an electric car and then talking to people about sustainable energy. But believe it or not, we're a tree service that tries to talk people out of removing trees. We'd rather trim them than remove them. And sometimes there are situations where dead trees or dangerous trees or trees are tearing up the foundation of the homes where it's inevitable that the tree is going to have to be removed. And it also depends a lot on the lifespan of the tree. Sometimes if the trees are reaching their life expectancy, and like water oaks, we have a lot of water oaks here, they rot from the inside out. So some of those trees that are close to the house and have reached their life expectancy, and we can tell that they've been basically seen better days and they're going to be coming down by themselves anyway, those are the ones that we don't really negotiate. We just remove them because it's I know it's in the best interest of the customer. So we're not always cutting perfectly healthy trees down. We usually talk customers out of it if we can. But we do sometimes have to cut trees down that the customers want taken down because they're building a pool or building a building that the tree's in the way. But like I said, we try to talk them out of it if possible, because actually trimming trees is better for us if you think about it, because if we remove a tree, they'll never need our service again. If we trim it, we come back every 3 to 5 years. So in all reality, we like trimming trees because it's gives us more work in the future. Job sustainability. Okay, what other questions we have here? Target audience. It's kind of a hard question because the channel is kind of a little bit about everything, so I think I'm just going to have to wait and see. So far it's been older guys in the tree service, or people that are interested in tree trimming or tree removal or tree equipment, welding equipment. We have a lot of course, chainsaws. We do a lot of reviews on chainsaws and bucket trucks, log splitters. We don't really do anything on firearms and stuff like that, but mainly it's going to be about tools and equipment. And then there's going to be occasional electric car reviews, electric power equipment, electric chainsaws, electric blowers. So unless it changes in the future, that's pretty much what it's going to be. But I'm not really targeting any particular market. I'm just going to talk about what I like to do, and kind of like the life day to day that happens on on tree service. But a little bit about my past. I'm originally from Ohio. I wrestled in high school and played football, and played a little bit of soccer, a little bit of basketball, but my favorite sports and what I was best at was wrestling and football. I wrestled at 152 and 161. I got fourth in districts. I only wrestled for 2 years, and then in high school I wrestled 1 year in middle school because we moved around a little bit. So when you move around, my first year I went to a private school, so I wasn't able to play football or wrestle. So they kind of put me behind a year, and then I played football and wrestled in 7th grade, and then 8th grade we didn't have wrestling or football, so I played basketball and soccer. And then I didn't really do much my freshman and sophomore year because we moved. And then my junior year I went out for wrestling, and then my senior year I went out for football as a tailback. But anyway, after high school, I went to North Central Technical College and took business administration for 2 years, and figured out college wasn't really my thing. And then I moved. I had a few jobs here and there, and I moved to Florida and worked at a health club. And then I went to massage school, Alpha School Massage, and got my massage license. And then I moved to Phoenix, Arizona, and they had a program out there because I was working for the same company, and I started massage there. Then I went out and looked for other additional massage therapy businesses to work with, and I found a company called Circular Systems, and they did the high-end resorts in Phoenix, the Hyatt, the Hilton, the Camelback Inn, the Phoenician. So I got to do mobile massage service, and I worked in the spas for almost 10 years. And it was kind of interesting. I got to meet a lot of famous people, like Danny Glover, Pam Tillis, Tony Kukos, Judge Kroc, the original judge from People's Court. I met Marianne Cartwright. She was a person that does Bart Simpson's voice. So I was always running into pretty neat and interesting people. I kind of enjoyed that job, and then 9/11 happened, and it kind of ruined that industry because people stopped traveling. So then I started a vending business, and I still did massage on the side. And then eventually I got trained. I met somebody that was an electrician, and worked for him as a journeyman electrician for about 3 or 4 years, and that was like, I think, Biltmore Electric. And then I moved back to Florida, and I never renewed my massage license because they wanted me to go back to school, and then the schooling was a lot higher, and they didn't make as much money. So when I moved back, I was looking around. I had a couple part-time jobs, and then I started a landscape company, which I had done early in the past when I was younger, and did landscaping for a couple years, and then started trimming trees, and then I hired a climber. We started removing trees, and then it just escalated into bigger and bigger trees, and kind of got out of the landscaping, and then just pursued the tree service. So I started with I kind of started over. All I had was a minivan and a small trailer that I bought, a used trailer, and then I eventually just bought more equipment, and I think the first thing I bought was a small dump truck, and then a small stump grinder, and then basically I just kept buying equipment every year, and chased a few storms. We went to Oklahoma for the ice storm. We went to Texas, chased a few storms, and then eventually we got enough business in in Jacksonville. We didn't have to chase storms anymore, and it's harder if you're not if you don't have a steady business. It's easier to chase storms because nothing's holding you back. But once you get established and you have a customer base, it's not really good to leave town and chase storms unless you have a couple extra crews you can send. But you need to keep at least one crew here to service your customers. And I picked up a lot of customers over the years. When other companies go and chase storms, they basically start calling me because they won't answer their phone. So it actually helped me out, our company out, because we picked up a lot of customers and serviced customers when the other tree service were out of town. So if you start a tree service and you start to get established, don't leave town. Leave someone there to service your customers. And then eventually was able to, after about 10 or 15 years, I was able to finally find a location. We moved about 2 or 3 times because we kept growing, and we kept outgrowing the facilities where we were at. So about 3 years ago, we were finally able to purchase a property, which is about 1 acre, give or take, and set up a permanent home for our tree service. So basically that's what my channel is going to be about. There's a little bit about me. I'm sure I left out a lot of information, but that'll give you a gist of what my channel is, what I'm about, where I'm from. I also left out I was a personal trainer, of course a massage therapist, and I also did an all-natural bodybuilding. Started that when I was like 15, and I still work out, but not like I don't live in the gym like I used to. And once you start your own business, you don't have a lot of time to work out. So anyway, this is Roger with Roger's Reviews, and I just wanted to give you kind of a brief introduction. I know it's probably long overdue, but that'll give you an idea of who you're talking to and what the channel's about, and hopefully that answers some of the questions that people have out there. Anyway, if you like this review, please crush the like button and subscribe, and we'll get into more details. And just if you have any questions or concerns, you can write in the comment section. I'll try to get back with you. But it's pretty much just an average guy. I've had quite a few businesses, and so far the tree service has been one of the best for me, and it's helped me to get where I'm at today. So thanks for watching, and I hope you like this video. Peace.